The queen's butler spilled tea on her gown. He expected punishment, but when she, a lowly kitchen maid, spoke up to defend him, her fate was sealed. Humiliated, exiled, forgotten. Until she came back with power in her hands and made the royal family regret every smug smile they ever gave her. If you've ever been pushed down, made to feel small, or told you'd never be good enough, this story will hit deep. Hit that like button, subscribe, and get ready for a tale of royalty, betrayal, and the most satisfying revenge you've ever heard. Steam fogged the windows as pots clattered and orders barked through the stone-walled kitchen. Amidst the chaos, 17-year-old Eliza Ashford scrubbed the floor on her knees, her back aching, her palms raw. Born to a seamstress and a footman, Eliza had spent her childhood in the servant quarters of Windsor Castle. Life was rigid, formal, defined by silence and servitude. But Eliza's mind wasn't shaped for submission. While other girls gossiped or dreamed of marrying stable boys, she read tattered books late into the night. Dickens, Voltaire, Austen, by candlelight beneath her thin blanket. She didn't just want more. She knew she was meant for more. One summer evening, the palace hosted a grand banquet for a Middle Eastern prince. The air buzzed with tension. Eliza was assigned to the wine service. As she inspected the wine decanters, part of her diligence, she noticed something strange. The labeling on a specific bottle was inconsistent. Too fresh. Smelled slightly off. She approached the head butler. "This bottle, something's wrong. It might be tampered with."
He scoffed.
A kitchen maid questioning the royal sommelier? But Eliza's instinct screamed. She whispered to a footman, who told another, and in minutes, Lady Margaret was informed. Instead of concern, she laughed. "You've always thought yourself clever, haven't you?" she hissed at Eliza. "Playing detective now? You forget your place." The wine was served, but discreet testing later confirmed her suspicion. It had been laced with a tasteless toxin. Yet, instead of being thanked, Eliza was accused of inciting panic and sowing discord. Attention-seeking, manipulative, a servant with delusions of grandeur. The Queen's advisors decided she be relocated, a gentle term for exile. No scandal, no trial, just silence. Eliza was shipped off to Hawthorne Estate, a countryside property where fallen servants vanished into obscurity. She was placed under the watch of an aging headmistress who treated her like broken pottery. But isolation became her furnace. She worked by day, studied by night, saved every penny from her meager wages. She contacted a distant uncle in London, one who had broken away from servitude and worked in public service. He helped her enroll in community college under an alias, Elizabeth Wexley. From there, she soared. A scholarship to Oxford. A second degree in international relations. Fluent in French, Arabic, and Russian. She joined humanitarian missions, survived war zones, advised UN peacekeeping bodies by 30. But the fire? That never faded. She watched from afar as Lady Margaret continued her life of splendor. The Queen's younger son, Prince Henry, became infamous for his arrogance, treating aides like disposable furniture. Eliza knew. One day, she'd return, not as a servant, as a reckoning. The Queen's Foundation for Global Harmony announced a new strategic advisor, Lady Elizabeth Wexley. The royal press praised her achievements, her elegance, her brilliance. Not one recognized the former, maid beneath the gloss. But when Eliza entered the palace gates for the first time in nearly 40 years, she inhaled deeply. The air still smelled of lavender polish and arrogance. Lady Margaret froze when they met in the hallway. "Eliza?" she whispered, color draining from her face. Eliza offered a gentle smile. "It's Lady Wexley now." For months, she embedded herself into the inner workings of the foundation. She observed. She gathered. She uncovered. Over £7 million siphoned from charity accounts linked to Lady Margaret. Land deals involving Prince Henry that exploited low-income families. Nepotism so rampant that dozens of qualified applicants were dismissed for royal cousins. She didn't rush. She built her case. And then she released it. Not with fury, With elegance, an anonymous dossier leaked to investigative journalists. Headlines exploded. Parliament launched a review. Public opinion turned sharply. Lady Margaret was forced to resign from all royal posts. Prince Henry's PR team scrambled, but couldn't survive the leaked audio of him mocking volunteers at a food bank. For months, she embedded herself into the inner workings of the foundation.
She observed.
She gathered. She uncovered. Over £7 million siphoned from charity accounts linked to Lady Margaret. Land deals involving Prince Henry that exploited low-income families. Nepotism so rampant that dozens of qualified applicants were dismissed for royal cousins. She didn't rush. She built her case. And then she released it. Not with fury. With elegance. An anonymous dossier leaked to investigative journalists. Headlines exploded. Parliament launched a review. Public opinion turned sharply. Lady Margaret was forced to resign from all royal posts. Prince Henry's PR team scrambled, but couldn't survive the leaked audio of him mocking volunteers at a food bank. A month later, a gala was hosted to restore faith in the monarchy. Eliza was asked to speak. In a velvet gown, standing beneath chandeliers she once polished, Eliza addressed the elite. We must never forget those whose voices were silenced, who were told they didn't belong in rooms like this. Power doesn't belong to bloodlines. It belongs to truth, and to those who serve with honor. The room fell into dead silence. Lady Margaret left midway. Later that night, the Queen summoned her. I remember you now, she said slowly, studying her. Eliza nodded. And I remember being told to keep quiet. A pause. You were right, the Queen admitted. Eliza offered a faint, composed smile. Sometimes justice takes the long road. The tabloids the next day read, The Silent Storm, how one woman brought truth to the palace. In the mirror that morning, Eliza whispered to herself, You did it. Not out of vanity but release. For the girl scrubbing floors. For the woman told to disappear. They say revenge is best served cold. But sometimes, it's served in silence. In influence. In dismantling arrogance one truth at a time. If this story gave you chills, hit that like button. Tell us in the comments, what would you have done if you were Eliza? And subscribe for more stories of justice, power, and poetic payback.